If you're looking to provide care for a child and make a difference in their life, then you should consider becoming a foster parent.
Big question a lot of people have, though. Say, what exactly does it take to become a foster parent? So Bill Gromish and Jody Hoagland from Path, North Dakota are going to answer that question and much, much more. To both of you, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the great work that you guys do. So let's just kind of start with that. If I want to be a foster parent, do I have any special qualifications? How do I apply?
Well, first of all, just let me say thank you for bringing us on this morning. There is a high need for foster parents. Right now with PATH, we have between 50 and 60 foster kids that are waiting for placement. They're someplace that they shouldn't be. The kids that we serve, they've gone through some very rough times, a very traumatic background. So first of all, the folks that we're looking for in foster care, or to be foster parents, they need to be able to provide care for these kids so that the kids know that they are safe, that they are loved, that they are wanted. The biggest piece of what we're looking for right now is probably folks to take teenagers and sibling groups.
Well, I'm sure a big question people have is, do I have to be married? Because there might be some people out there who say, I'd love to help, but I'm not married.
Well, actually, we're looking for a diverse group of individuals. You could be married, single, a grandparent, older, ethnic groups. Anyone can be a foster parent. It's just finding that fit, finding that niche of what you like to do and what your availabilities are.
We have even, you don't have to be married, you can be single. Even we have folks that are sisters. A couple of sisters are foster parents, live together. Or we have, if you have a sibling or a friend living with you, we can license you. The licensing process just looks a little bit different.
Wow.
And so how do you go about doing it? I mean, so you show up and then we apply or whatnot, and then do you kind of go, okay, we've got 50, 60 kids and this seems to be the best fit for you, or how does that process work?
Well, first of all, it starts by someone contacting our office. And we're going to visit with them on the phone a little bit. We will send out some literature to them about fostering. And hopefully what we can do then is set up a face-to-face meeting with them, talk about the pros and the cons and what the process would look like, and help them make a decision with that. If they decide that, yeah, this is something that we want to do, we want to help these kids, then we start the licensing process. The licensing process can take anywhere from, say, 6 weeks up to 4 or 5 months.
Wow. What about families who already have some kids but feel like they can, lend that extra hand?
Well, that's very important. Through the licensing process, we talk with them, we interview them. What do you think about this? What do you think of having some extra kids in your home and extra siblings running around, coming to your soccer games, your football games, your hockey games, and that they're part of the process. Their thoughts and their feelings about the process is very important to when we license and how they'll react.
That process is very key for PATH, the matching process. We want to make sure that we put a child in the home that is a good fit for your family. Again, because if it's not a good fit, you're not going to be a foster parent long. So we put a lot of effort into that. Ultimately, the foster parent has the decision whether or not a child will come into their home. So, and PATH is really good at that process. It's not a perfect process, but we put a lot of effort into it.
So do you get a chance to visit with a potential foster child beforehand, or how does that work?
Many times we find out a little bit of information about the youth, what their likes are, what they came from, what they're looking for, and then, for example, on one occasion I actually called the youth. He was in a facility and said, what are you looking for a foster parent? Do you want to live on a farm? Do you want to have a bunch of siblings? Nice. Or do you want to be the only child? And kind of get their thoughts of what are their favorite things. Because, as Bill had mentioned, PATH is very good about putting kids where their best fit is and matching them with foster parents who would meet their needs the best.
Because like you said, at the end of the day, these kids, they need that home that they feel welcomed into, that they feel they can be successful. Yeah. So again, if people want to get signed up or maybe get licensed, how can they do that through you guys?
Well, again, the first thing is to contact us. And see if I get that number right, Jody. The toll-free number is 877-766-PATH, or our website is www.pathinc.org.
All right,
good stuff, you guys. Thank you for all the work that you do. We appreciate it. All right, stay with us. We're going to wrap things up right after this.